everyone. Welcome to Single and Married with Ezzy. Thank you for joining me today. I'm very glad to have you. My name is Ezzy Odimoko. I'm a mom, a pastor's wife, and I enjoy talking about relationships. I have authored 2 books, Relationship Smart, Love, Courtship, and Marriage for Every Woman, and Brighter Days, 100 Thoughts of Hope, Love, and Blessings. Both books are available for you on Amazon or anywhere you get your books. Today, I'm continuing on the topic, When to Move On for Singles, Part 2. So in this topic, we're exploring when relationships have stalled and they're not moving forward, and one party doesn't know where is this relationship. Is it heading to marriage? Is anything happening? Are you saying anything? Are we doing anything? Right? So there's kind of not knowing what is next in that relationship, and you can decide if it's time to move on. So I'm sharing a few tips. You can check the video from last week for part 1 of when to move on for singles. Number 1 for part 2. Secretive. When the person that you are in that relationship with is very, very secretive. They are not sharing anything. They don't want you to know anything. You don't get answers to your questions that you're asking. You know, when you ask legitimate questions, you can't get real answers. You know, they're always hiding, checking their phones, hiding things away from you, telling you things you can't see, where you can't go, what you can't do. And you just feel like, I don't really know this person. My friend, that could be a sign it's time to move on, right? Because in a happy, healthy relationship that will lead to a meaningful marriage, people go on a journey of getting to know each other, right? They want to share their lives with you. They want to share everything about themselves with you, right? They're expressive, they talk, they let you into their world. But when it's the opposite, it's like you're pulling and pushing and trying to get to know anything about them. That means, my friend, that they are hiding something from you, and it is time to move on. Another point that I like to share today is constant quarreling. You know, all the time in the relationship, you guys are always fighting. You're always at each other's necks. You're always quarreling. That is not a good sign. That is not a good sign of a relationship that should lead to a happy marriage. That is probably a sign for you guys to move on and apart and move away from each other and go your separate ways and find people that you are better aligned with. So when you're constantly quarreling, now understand, in every normal, healthy relationship, there'll be times that you disagree, but those should not be constant, and they should not be frequent, and that should not be all the time. So we're talking about all the time. You really cannot agree. And again, the Bible does say it can two work together except they agree. So without agreement, you notice you guys can go far, right? You can agree on where to live. You can agree on, you want to go back to school. He doesn't want you to go back to school, or he wants to go back to school. You don't want him to go back to school. You can agree on careers. You can agree on, how many children to have, or how to raise your children, or you just can't agree on anything. And there is a lot of tension. There's a lot of quarreling. That is a sign to move on from each other. Another tip I'd like to share with you today on when to move on for singles is no commitment. So there's no commitment. This person has been in this relationship with you sometimes for years, but they're not making any move. They don't want to propose to you. They don't want to let you go. They don't want to make any commitment. It's like, let's just be friends with benefits, and benefits, not just normal benefits, but romantic benefits. That is not a good sign. Someone who truly cares for you, who finds meaning in your relationship, will want to keep that relationship, will want to make a commitment and a pledge to that relationship, will want that relationship to move on to something happier and healthier, marriage, right? So when there's no commitment and it's not forthcoming, and whenever you ask about it, they don't want to talk about it. They tell you it's not the right time, but it's been a long time and nothing is happening. My friend, that is a sign it's time to move on. And the last tip I'm going to share today is when there's lots of drama. I call it lots of drama. There's always something. You're fighting battles, right? You're fighting off exes and friends and girlfriends and boyfriends and all the people that are coming into their life that are impacting you negatively. And there's just lots of stories and lots of negative drama that is not good for you, right? It's pulling you down emotionally, it's pulling you down mentally, it's pulling you down spiritually. Perhaps you were somebody, you were on fire for God, serving in your local church, but since you've been in this relationship, your spiritual life has gone down, right? Your emotional life has gone down because you are in so many different things that are happening around you and it's all negative, right? So I call it drama. So when that is happening and it's all around you and it's all negative, my friend, you want to step up and step out, and it's time to move on. You need to know that God loves you and He wants the best for you. And He wants His perfect will for you. And if you will trust Him and serve Him and just love Him and wait on Him, in His good time, He's going to make all things beautiful in His time. He's going to bring that right person who truly loves you, cares for you, wants to be around you, wants to make the necessary commitment, for you and to be with you. And so I hope these few tips have been a blessing to you today. I want to say thank you for joining me. Remember, I host a monthly marriage mentorship class for singles and couples. It is a virtual class. Everyone is welcome. You can follow the links that you see on the screen to register and be part of my class. If this has been a blessing for you today, don't forget to share it with your friends and family. Click on the link, subscribe, and click on the bell button so that you're notified whenever I come online. Thank you so much for being part of this. Until next time, is goodbye and God bless from Single and Married with Ezzy. Bye-bye. Thank you.